Alrighty, Doc here from North America. It's TGIF, and good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Another fun-filled week has passed us by. The numbers are coming out right now. Matter of fact, let's put the stock market up there. Just a real quick look. Let's see, which one is it? It sounds like it was good. Oh. I don't know, the numbers are all over the place, it sounds like. We'll go in and look at it over the next few minutes. Looks like they knocked the stock market down right. That's the Dow Jones Industrial Average right there. Right on the number. Let's just show you that. You see that? And so they're kind of thinking that this is the last labor number. I know this is a fundamental, and I know that fundamentals are kind of foggy over the last decade. But you can see the moment the Dow Jones Industrial Average was around the 34,700, and it got knocked down to 34,000. What is that? Did they drive it down to the fives? They dropped it 100 points, and then bounced right back again. So dropped it down and lifted it back up, and right now it's down 12, 21, 24, 28. You can see the money doesn't know which way to go next. So that's that. Now let's take a look at the currencies. Let's go back to the Swiss and see what the Swiss is doing out of all this. You can see there, Swiss is kind of, this is not, let's see, I think we have one intraday. Let's see if we can find an intraday. I know we have like an hourly one we were watching for somebody. There it is, the Swiss on an hourly. And you can see they drove it down. And if we bring it into just even a smaller, just to give you a flavor, what the number did to the currency market. Let's see, what was that, 10 days back? No, let's just do it 2 days back. And let's just do it as a 1 minute chart, maybe? Let's do it like that. Let's see how that goes. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so what happened was right at the number right there, it was trading at 92.77 basically, and within that minute they drove it down to 92.64, about 13 pips, and now it's kind of buoying again. And I guess we were watching that line there at one time or another. So that's just a way of looking at it really quick there. Let's get back to the norm now, and you can see we went into a daily buy yesterday on the Swiss, and now it's pressing into the daily sell, but looks like we're holding up pretty well for the weekly buy here right here. So it doesn't look like they're going to change any course there. It's playing with the top end of its range. We can shrink that down a little bit right there. Whereas it was developing this triangle, now it's kind of hanging out on there. Now over here on the J4X, you can see right here, it's thrown a green in. We got a green going at the moment. You can see the white line is piercing up, playing with the dashed line. So, I guess you can say just overall that this is going to be interesting to see how this all plays out, because this is the last, allegedly, remember, fundamentals don't mean what they used to, but this is supposed to be the last one before they start actually doing some tapering, which is, tapering next month, supposedly. There's Janos. Look at NVDA too. Oh, sure. Yeah, we can take a look at that. Good morning, Janos. How you doing? How's the eyesight going? I hope everything's recuperating pretty well. Skip the ad there. There we are. NVDA. We used to follow that. I used to have that on a spreadsheet. I've kind of dropped it. Let's open it up and take a look and see. NVDA. Yeah, for a long time. I followed that for a bunch of years. Watched it fly from nowhere to somewhere. Okay, here we go. Let's see what NVDA looks like. It was a good tool. It was. I thought it was a very good tool. Let's see. blazes is going on there? I guess that's the stocks, right? So let's find NVDA. Let's put it in that spot right there. Instrument. Stop. Let's see. NVDA. Yeah, that was their processor. I think what was really smart about that was it would help a lot of Bitcoin people used it because you know it was a good chip for processing. I think that's how that played out. There we are. Yeah, I haven't looked at this in a long while. Let's see. Let's move this back over to there, like so. There we go. And close. And there's an NVDA. Let's give it a spin. Recycled. There we go. And let's widen it out. We'll have all the things to be able to adjust. We put that cell in right there. Put this buy right there. Take that buy and put it right there. You can see it's a little bit firmer this morning. We can take that weekly buy and put that right there. And we can take this weekly sell and throw it right there. There you go. And there's NVDA. And we can take, let's see, that sell went in right there. Caught that whole move. Unfortunately, we were in a daily buy, though. I'm sorry, not daily buy, weekly buy. And so, you know, you just knew not to be short anymore. You know, I mean, not long anymore. You didn't want to be long anymore. And you can see what happened. It fell from 220 something down to 206. So that kept you safe. Then it put you into a buy there, and there was a winner chicken dinner. And then we started playing with the sell right there, and we were below the line here, and you can see the pressure. Whereas it also gave you another winner chicken dinner. What did it do? It fell to 195. Nice. From going into a daily sell at 206. So, how's that, Janos? Too slow. Let's see. Right eye still blurry. I do not like it. It has been more than a week now. This is why I am asking the graphic processor. Crypto goes up, but this stock is declining. Well, you can see it's starting to come back up. Matter of fact, we have crypto. Let's. They've started the macro on the crypto. We have a client watching it, and we're using the futures contract and on the macro, and it's a lot better. Check this out. Let's see, where's it at? Right there. So you can see it right there. We went into the weekly buy last week here on the crypto. Daily buy the day before it, and you know it's been a nice catch right there. It's been a wonderful winner chicken dinner. But you can see here it took a little bit longer. Probably, you know, remember this particular product gets pressure from the interest rates. All these tech companies in the Tech 100, they're very what do they call it? Interest sensitive. So when the interest rate goes up, it does freak them out, you know, and it kind of moves them away from the norm. And so that's a part of the process right there. And you can see that right here. Let's see if I can show you. Let's see, where can we go? Oh, down here we can do it. And right here, you can see here's the 30-year. Where's the 30-year? Right there. And as you can see, interest rates have been going. Remember, when this price goes up, remember, when prices go down, interest rates are rising. And so you can see literally almost the same period. There's 922. And let's go back over to the NVDA and find 922 there. Is that the 920? There's 922. And notice it starts to slide down even with the cryptos finding a bottom because the currency, 922? Oh, that's September 22, right? Yeah, okay. So, yeah, that's right there. Okay. Right there. And so it's been going down because interest rates have been rising. So that's a big piece of it, you know, that one. So, but anyway, yep, I hear you. Matter of fact, we have Coinbase on here too, which is interesting. There's Coinbase. Coinbase has become a really interesting product. you know, it was in the sell for this whole move. And it went into the daily sell here. I'm not sure why it's not giving us more time back there. We'll have to adjust because we have the time there. I'm not sure why. We'll have to work on that. And then, but on a daily basis, look at this thing. This thing has, like, it goes into the daily buy here, goes into the daily sell there, goes into the daily buy, I guess, right here, and it goes into daily sell there. This thing's reading the markets pretty well. There's the daily buy right there. It catches that move there. We're going to have to work on the weekly and get that straightened out. I don't really look at it that closely, but I do notice every time I accidentally end up looking at it for a moment out of nowhere when I open this page, it says to me that the Coinbase, is it, the stock that was floated, does a pretty good job following the cryptos. And you know how I feel about the cryptos. I'm a very pro crypto person, thinking that the cryptos belong as long as You know what, Janos? You could actually do a webinar. You could do a video how fundamentals, quantitative easing, and cryptos all are analogous to each other. They're all connected, you know. Got to run, need to make article and promo for U.S. employment data. Cool. Catch you later. God bless on the eyes. Small 20 pip move, but still need to report it on it. I hear you. Take care, Janos. Good talking with you. That was the head analyst for Dukascopy there. All right. Now to where would we go from here? Oh yes, let's go back to Forex. There is the Swiss, and you can see here they're just playing with the range, and there's some pressure on the dollar out of all this event, and probably why we can show you here. We've been in a daily sell for 2 days when it comes to the dollar index itself. I'll show you. There we are. There's the dollar index. So 3 days now. We're on the third day down. This is the dollar index itself, the ETF. So it's been feeling the pressure, and the Swiss is doing a fine job identifying it. The euro, take a look, check out the euro. The euro's like going in totally the opposite direction. Let's throw euro up on. Oh, where'd that go? Let's put this there. And so let's look at the euro and its action. Right there. And this thing was pressing down until today. I mean, we've seen pressure in it. It may be trying to get into the buy. Let's see. We'll do that right here. Yeah, it's been pressing down for 3 days. It's been in a daily sell from right there. Put that in there. Right there. So you can see all that red, and it's starting to bounce up. You can see it right there. We got a little bounce going on. Let's widen that a little bit right here. You can see that right there. It's trying to bounce up. If I give that a refresh like that, and make it higher. There we are. You can see the bounce going on right there. You can see the line turning up just like it is here on Dukascopy. You can see the J4X chart is trying to move up and showing strength. We're just waiting to see some green. We've had some volatility signals. We had one there, and we had one there at the top of this little move, and then at the bottom of a small move. Usually that's what occurs, so it wouldn't surprise me if we see a little strength here over the next couple of days. All right. See what I mean, traders? You're welcome to ask about any questions. See that? Janos comes in, says, hey, let's see what NVDA is doing. We're willing to look at almost anything at any time, basically. As I sip my tea here. And then put the lid back on. There we go. So, the action that we're seeing really, is just showing us that the marketplace is kind of lost overall. It really doesn't have a solid direction. And I'm I'm looking forward to seeing what Janos mentions about the action in the. Matter of fact, let's put that up there, since, like I said, this could be a big number. Yeah, this could really be a big number. We'll see. And let's take a look at it through the eyes of Dukascopy. Let's go to their economic calendar. Right there. And let's see, that's today. So, and right there, it was 4.6. The forecast was 4. Okay, that's what's going on there. What's the big number? Let's see where the big number is. So you see that? The average hourly earnings was up 4.6 instead of being down at 4.3. Then I know they were hoping for 5 point. Unemployment rate is now at 4.8, so that dropped. And let's see what the number actually was. Let's see. Average hourly work week wasn't good. Oh, it went up an hour. That's good. And let's see what that says there. Okay. So that's pretty much the action we're seeing there. Let's get rid of that now. And you know, and let's see what the stock markets are doing really quick, and then we can go back to the euro there. Dow's only down 35 points. So, and then look at the cryptos. No, I'm sorry, not the cryptos. The look at the interest-sensitive stocks, because let's also take a look at the bond. What's the bond doing here now? Let's see what the bond is doing. It's come back. That's about it. I don't see it making any big explosion, but it's coming back. It's not at the lows of the day anymore. Matter of fact, it's almost unchanged. And so they're anticipating that interest rates are not going to be tightened. That's what that is, that move, which is like a 60-point move, 70-point move, 100-point? No, what is that? That's trading at 14,995, and it came from 14,888 basically, or 898. So it's a 100-point move in that indice. And so now they're, I guess, the money had to run that way. Remember, everybody everybody that has a fund has a incorporation manifesto, and it says what the corporation is going to do. And so they tell you, look at it, it's dropped 70 points now since the panic buy. Was that right at 7:30? There's 7:30, right there, 7:30, and then within 5 minutes, it goes up 100 points. So that is there's a lot of process going on all the time, when it comes to the markets. It really does. All right. No more questions for the time being. It's Friday. Everybody's kind of like laying back and saying chill. Just going to hang back. It's Friday, TGIF. So anyway, that's where we are. And look at this. The interest rate factor is being totally removed again out of it. First, the anticipation is, what is that? Let's see what Zero Hedge had to say about it. Payroll, huge miss. Just 194,000. That's what they were looking for. 510,000. That's what we were looking for here. All right. So that was the first part of it. So it was only 194,000. So that means interest rates are not going to go up. That's what that means right off. Even as unemployment rate tumbles. Okay. So stocks in chaos as piss poor payroll sends dollar and bond yields lower. Right. So interest rates dropped. So, let's see. Global supply chain simply will not be able to cope with even more stimulus. So, there's a statistic out there. Beat or miss, buying stocks on payroll days has been a big winner for last year. So in other words, you buy it on this day, and it's higher somewhere along the line over the year. So that's that. All right, that's our quick look at what's going on. So it was a major miss That's what it really came down to, a major miss. A major miss. I guess that's the best way to describe it. Major, not minor. And there's the fact check spreadsheet. Raise it down a little bit more towards the currency, since this is a currency webinar. Like that. I mean, you can see right there, there's gold, 6 days in a buy. Oil had gone back into the buy there. 47 says, I just wonder why Canadian went down. I guess the factor, let's take a look and see. But I would assume, you know, looking at the numbers, interest rates dropped in the United States, right? So I guess you would think, isn't there a labor number out for Canada today too at the same time? Let's go take a look at that Dukascopy. Where's it at? Right there. It could be as simple as that too. Literally, it could literally be the Canadian number came out and wasn't as good. Yeah, there it is. Housing starts today. Canadian participation rate, unemployment rate. There it is. So there's the Canadians also came out today with their, and there it was right there. Change in employment was a high number, right there. In other words, it was a high, not a high number per se. It was a, what's the word I'm looking for? It was impact to the market. It was considered a high. Does that help out, 47? Now, where are we mathematically? Let's take a look at it on the quantitative easing side of it. And let's just take a quick look at Canadian for you. Let's see, what's that? That's the stocks are kind of falling back into place now, that's for sure. Let's go find the Canadian. I can close the stock combo too. Save workspace. Save workspace as. There. Let's just park it on EWZ just in case. That's today. It's upticking EWZ. Brazil's been sliding down. Oh, it went into the buy there yesterday. How about that? So it went into the buy yesterday. It's ticking up today, but we're still in that weekly sell for a long while there. Now let's save and close that for the moment. Compared to the U.S., let's see. But should the CAD then not lose value? To be honest, any fundamentals has me totally confused. At this point in time, this is what I can basically say. We're in a daily sell for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days now, and now we're pushing underneath the weekly sell again. So I guess on the short term, it's been telling us that it wants to go down. Now on a longer term vision, it's trying to go down again right here. That's the only thing I can really honestly say about it. I mean, you got a miss in the United States. I don't know if that's a miss in Canada. Interest rates, were right before it came out. I mentioned the fact that we're thinking this was going to be the last employment number before tightening had occurred, or alleged tightening. So, or is the non-farm payroll so bad that it stamps out the number? Could be. I don't have that strong an opinion because I don't really. I follow the actions, the events themselves, and use them more not to be in a short-term position than I do what they mean. Because with quantitative easing, I just don't. Their fundamentals don't seem to have any real value anymore. But they force the funds to do something because their incorporation says they have to. If they don't do something, they get sued. It doesn't matter if they're making money. Hey Douglas, good morning to you. TGIF. Thank goodness it's the end of the week. Could be TGIW. Let's see. What else we got going on there? So I guess that's about it there. And you can see there on the Canadian, CAD. Where's it? There it is. CAD is only 1 week in a buy and 5 days in a sell. So it's just, I guess you could say in some ways, it's falling back to its mathematical mean. You know, I mean, that's pretty much what it comes down to. So that's how I interpret all this stuff. All right, so there's the CAD. Let's go back to pound. We haven't even gotten to the pound yet. You can see the pound is firm, you know, from that weak dollar, but the weekly is still feeling the pressure there. Let's take a look at it over at J4X. We didn't even look at CAD on J4X. So when we come back to CAD, we'll come back to CAD and we'll look at it in J4X form. And there's cable. And I imagine there's the daily, so the white line down here should be bound. Oh yeah, see that? Looking good, Billy Ray. Feeling good, Lewis. Yeah, really, I hear you. TGIF or IW. EW, that's what it'd be. TGEW, end week. Thank goodness, end week. Yeah, exactly. Not that I can't complain that the account is up more than it is down, so that's good. So I mean, I'm not really complaining anywhere particular. Not like I have a complaint. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't really have a complaint. So, matter of fact, I answered a question out of the Princeton website. You know, it was really funny. They said, you know, what keeps you awake at night? And I said nothing. Not since 1976 and the creation of options, and now quantitative and cybernetic work. You know, the markets don't keep me awake at night. So, let's see. So there we are. That's the. You can see the pressure is on, and it doesn't want to let go. And the only thing we're really looking for is to see if we get this weekly start to turn again next week. Cable has been much stronger as a pairs trade compared to some of the other products. Then from there we go over to Turkish Lira, which you can see on Fact Check. Right there, closed in a weekly buy again, or was in a weekly buy and in a daily buy now 2 days. So let's put that on the Dukascopy. There we go, right there. You can see the strength in that. Joining in, fighting to get into the plus side of it. To join in with, where's our Turkish Lira? I think what did I say? It's 2 days in a buy, right? Yeah. So this is the third day. Right there. So we went into the buy. Look at that. No dots even. We're not even getting green dots out of it all. Kind of interesting. Oh, maybe we do, and they're pushed up. Notice there's one right there. So let's reset the green dot to the screen. Right there, there you go. I bet we have green dots there. Yeah, there we go, for 3 days. And so you can see that it's pressing on. It's not as high as it was this morning. The high was 897, which is, I think, an all-time high. Yeah, that's an all-time high. And it's played to our dots that we've been looking for months upon months upon months, saying, it'll get there, it'll get there. Ever since that calamity that occurred right there. And our math projected that target right there. You can see it has become the target. Now, let's see, let's take a look at Euro against Turkish Lira. Okay, and you can see here it's trying to get into the plus also. It's got a little volatility signal this morning. And we're still in that weekly buy. They're not getting rid of that weekly buy, it seems like. So there's the pressure there. Let's check it out over on Dukascopy right there. And so there's the, oh, it's loading it, there you go. We've got a green hinky going on, so that's positive. And the white line is not turned yet, but give it a couple more hours and it probably will. So, you know, what we're seeing here, let's see if we can widen ours real quick for you. So you see that right there, and we are 0.0001. It's a plus. And the plot Was it? Oh, they just threw it into a -1 now. Now it's a -2. It's just banging right there, banging along. Yeah, just right there. So, all right. Where was that? We go from the Turkish Lira. Now we'll go back to Canadian again. So 47, we can try to dissect that question mark a little bit more for you. But like I said, I'm just following the math at this point. And obviously, their employment number and the U.S. employment number. Today's was supposed to be a big number. Everybody was using it as the mathematical mean. They really were. They thought that, okay, the Federal Reserve is going to start decreasing its quantitative easing. Okay? They call that taper. They're going to taper. So in other words, instead of 120 billion a month, I think they were going to do like 105 or 110 billion a month. And so they thought that this number today was going to be better. They were looking for 570 some odd thousand jobs, or over 500,000 jobs. And it came out to be 174. So it missed by 75%. And so everybody's shaking their heads and probably trying to figure out, what do we do now? Do we keep on pretending? Of course we keep on pretending, or we'll get sued. They don't have a choice. They have to keep on pretending that these numbers mean something. Strange world, isn't it? Very strange. You would think profits are more important, but it's so much easier to just sue somebody and make money than it is to trade and make money, because these guys and gals don't use the derivatives the way we talk about it here. They still invest like it's 1975. So it's a really poor way, being margins and using resources incorrectly. And when I had my hedge fund, which I had a 1-year return of only 26 or 27%, and I shut it down because I thought, why am I making other people 26, 27%? And half of it was my money. It's like, I don't need to do that. I said to them, I'm going to do this. I want to go to 40% of profits. And they were like, what? I was like, yeah, okay, goodbye. That was it. Like Renaissance, Renaissance charges like 35%. It's like, no, I want to charge 40 or 45%. Forget it. There's no way I'm partnering up with anybody, any other way. So, in the end result is that out of 7,000 incorporated hedge funds in the United States, there were only 3 like mine with the same legal manifesto. That was it. So 6,990 some odd other hedge funds were using the word hedge and long short, and they were using them all, but they weren't using them the way I incorporated mine. And so that tells you how bad things are still. So that's why you see these strange squiggles and wiggles, because if they don't follow what they've incorporated their fund to do, they get sued. Doesn't matter if they're up 10% for the year or 15%. They'll get sued either way, because it's the incorporation is more important than the profits. All right. So there it is. Why are we at the euro again? Oh, I know. Is we want to put Canadian in there. There's Canadian. So that's about it. All right. I don't have anything more to say about Canadian, but it having to adjust to the economic news. Nothing more than that. All right. From there, we go over to the energy sector, and we take a look at crude oil, and we look at gold, and that could be interesting. Let's see what gold is doing. That could be an interesting one. There's gold. And let's see. Let's put it on there. There we go. You can see gold spiked over all that. And this morning when I woke up for London Open real quick, silver was down a little. And by the time we sent charts out, silver was up again, which is really cool. Look at silver. Now I just would love to see the weekly clean itself up more. It's high. It's moving up. That's good. Let's just check these things out on J4X. Right there. Yeah. So you see here. Look at the strength of that. And Rob and I are always talking about that. We're always looking and expecting. Everybody's anticipating silver, but they just don't seem to be able to get it to roll. You know, it'll be interesting. If we see silver and gold making a, we've seen platinum making that move, and we thought that that meant something. Remember, we talked about this over the last 2 weeks now. That and this is the third week now with platinum. Matter of fact, I'm going to throw platinum up after this once Dukascopy fills in the silver. But the whole idea right here is that this thing, it's been in a daily buy from here, and it doesn't want to let go. So short-term money, as much as the long-term money's been selling the daylights out of it, and you can see it on the fact check spreadsheet right there. 21 weeks in a weekly sell and 6 days in a daily buy, keeping you in the safe zone, as Max was saying yesterday. Doc will at least keep you safe in his neighborhood. I like that. That was so good. Thank you, Max, if you're out there. I love that. That was really cool. It was very polite. I didn't want to say that. I mean, I thanked you yesterday, but I didn't want to emphasize it. I don't want to look too piggish, Wait. Don't want to look like a piggy there. So when someone gives me a compliment, I just say thank you and go. And so in this case here, silver's doing that action. Let's take a look at the platinum in it. Right there, there's platinum for January. Lifting up also. So platinum now has basically almost moved 150 points over the last 3+ weeks on the upside. So something's brewing, and platinum knew it first. And I guess the spread is adjusting. Let's see. Let's go over to let's put gold in there. That is gold. There's silver. Nice to see it up over in the 23s. I still think in my head it's like 27. I'm kind of amazed that it's down there. And see here, 1778 versus 1033. So what is that? That's 740. So the spread is shrinking down and changing. So that's cool. And just there's silver there. All right. All right, from there we'll go over to crude oil. Let's take a look at that. Oh, there we go. Just filled in. There is silver. Hold up, nice. Following along with the fact check spreadsheet. Right there. 6 days in a buy, and what do you got? You got 3, 4, 5 going on the 7th day in a green hinky, just like us. 6 days going on 7 days of a buy. We are 7 days today now in the buy. So excellent with the J4X. This is a great tool right here for traders. Traders, think about it. You don't have much do-re-mi to invest in a trading system. Well, this is a good one. This is an honest one. This will keep you more accurate than anything else you can find out there. This is what I call a super leading indicator versus just a MACD, which is almost like a lagging indicator to this system. With the hinkies and the fast and slow moving stochastics, it's a great tool. It's free. Boom, done. All right. Which problem? Okay, yeah. So there. Let's go over to crude oil now. There we go. There's crude oil. We'll put it up over here. There. And crude oil is at the highs, making more new highs. The high today was 79.66. We're in a daily buy from that, and we're in that weekly buy, so there's all kinds of strength going on there. And see, we got the red hinky yesterday, but the line did not break, so it keeps you honest, like Doc's work. Not bad, huh? Doc's work, 3 in the sell 2 days ago, and it opened down yesterday, and it turned right back up on us. So, it's a good tool there, traders. It's a very good tool on that Dukascopy tool there. All right, what else can we say about crude oil? I guess not much. From here, we're going to jump back over to ruble and South African rand, which should be sliding down, and I think it was sliding down yesterday. So let's take a look at the South African rand right there. Yeah, see, it's sliding down. South African Rand. Right there. And you see we closed at a daily sell yesterday. And we're heading down there more today. And we're flirting with the weekly buy. So we're trapped in that neutral zone now. So maybe this will start to curve if we're going to start to see some positive action in the gold market. That would be kind of nice. I think I'll take a sip of my tea since there's no questions being asked. There we go. That felt good. All right. Now we take a look at the ruble, which you can see here on the fact check spreadsheet. Right there, line 17, is it? Yeah. So we're 8 weeks in a sell and 5 days in a sell. And there it is right there. And there's ruble there. It's flat. It was up a little bit and it's flat. And got a red dot going on. There's pressure on it still, but it's still just tried to lift and seems to be giving it back. And you can see here that the weekly's been in that weekly thing since back here. So we're slowly winding down. Just slowly winding down. Ooh, there we go. Hey, Douglas. Let's see, what do we got here? GBP cable, GBP euro. Sure. Cable's doing well. You can see it on the fact check. It's been curious. We've got cable 7 weeks. Where's it at? There, 1 week in a sell, and 4 days in a buy. So it's kind of in one of those neutral stances, but it's been firm against a lot of the products. Let's take a look at it there. You can see right there. You know, went into the buy back in here. And it's been kind of just drifting sideways. You know, it hasn't taken out the low there, and it keeps on playing with the highs. And today it's making even a higher high. And look how it's fighting on the line there, just fighting. It's been a buy on the Dukascopy side of it. And at the same time, we'd like to see our weekly try to lift up. It's not doing that, so I don't know if that has any real love for it when it have action. And then let's take a look at the. This has been curious. Right here, you can see it on the Euro GBP. You know, it's out. You know, it's been on the buy side. Or it's on a sell. It's on a sell. We have that on the spreadsheet too. So right there, you can see it's been in a daily sell since here. Let's put the line in there. So it's been in a daily sell since there. And we went into the weekly sell last week. I don't think we're using the 5 super on this. I'll know in a second when I go to the chart. Yeah, so it's been in a weekly. We are using the super. So it's been in a weekly buy for 7 weeks and a daily sell for 5, as you can see right there. And you can see now today, it is definitely looks like it's going to close in the weekly sell right there. See that? I went into sell here for that ride down, and we went into the buy for this ride up, and we'll see if the, you know, we're already moving down. See if they keep on doing that. Looks like the cable's going to be the stronger of the two. Does that help out there, Douglas? All right. Let's see. Where did we leave off? South African Rand. So now we go to the yen. There's the yen. You can see the yen still pushing up. We've been in the buy since right there. Put that line in there. I don't save them. I think that's what the problem is. I have to remember to hit save like this. Save workspace. There we go. And you can see we're in a weekly buy, a daily buy, and it's been a winner, chicken dinner. And you can see it over there. Line 19, I think it is. 3 weeks in a buy, 3 days in a buy. This is the 4th day, showing a little pressure. Let's take a look at it here. There it is. Hey, no problem, Douglas. That's what we're here to do. Is I like what Max said yesterday. In Doc's neighborhood, everybody's kept safe. I like that. It sounds good. I try to keep everybody out of trouble, even me. Keep me out of trouble. Keep us all out of trouble. Okay. So, depends now. Where else do we go and check it all out? And from there we go, last but not least, we had tacos last night. It was Taco Thursday. Wow. And the guys remembered me. It was weird. I had not been over on that side of the, well, I mean, I'm over that side of the county, but the guys that had the taco operation, boy, they were like treating me like a lost brother. It was amazing. It was fun. They even gave me mesquite from Mexico itself. It was great. We're outside. They're pulling out a bottle of mesquite, and they were making the tacos. Oh my God! I have to go over there again. All right, what do we got here? What am I looking for? Oh yes, the last but not least, we're looking at salsa music. Right there, Mexican peso. And look at it, it's still holding up. Yes, indeed. Oop, that went nowhere. Yeah. That's the answer to that. And you can see the circular, or the I guess you call it the odd elliptical. And you can see here we're seeing a little pressure here today. Look at that. Let's widen that and move that over. We're seeing just a little pressure here, a little pressure there, but we're in that weekly buy, and it doesn't look like it's going to back off of it. But we'll see. It's been very strong for days. All right, let's see, where do we go from here? Let's put it up on the J4X. Right there. Showing that weakness. And I bet the line is aiming down and probably trying to pierce the dash. Oh, it's been in the dash for a while, so this is not the best of situations here, but it's okay. Yeah, that one's getting pushed down a little bit more. It's interesting. Alrighty, and that is that when it comes to the currencies. If anybody, I mean like anybody, wants to see, you know, a particular currency, just shout it out. And what we're going to do now is we'll drift over to the stock indices. I think that's what. No, do we? Oh, let's look at natural gas and crude oil a little bit closer. We'll look at. I think we've looked at the metals pretty close. So let's see. Oh, here's Giannis again. Let's see what Giannis says. Yes, thanks. Reply to the U.S. CAD. Good. Yes. What do you think about that? Oh, good. Okay. Bad U.S. employment compared to forecast. Good Canadian change compared to their forecast. Oh, okay. U.S. CAD had a 0.33 drop. Meanwhile, due to just the U.S. data, the euro dollar jumped 8.18. Nice. Due to that, I would attribute the move to dollar CAD 50-50 to both country data. Yeah, that's how I thought about it. That makes sense. That makes total sense, Giannis. Everything. See that again, as usual. You know, your analysis of this is always very solid, very, very solid. Even if you're like the mathematician Euler now with a little blurry eye. You know, Euler, who created a lot of mathematics, one of the most beautiful formulas in mathematical history from the 16th and 17th century era was blind towards it most of his life. You know, bad vision and blind. He died, and he published for like another 26 years papers in mathematics that were groundbreaking. So I'm sure you don't have to go blind in the 21st century there, Janos, but you do some really good analysis on the marketplace. You really do. How many years have I been telling everybody that they got to go hunt your video down on how to trade fundamentals in a quantitative era? I love that video. I think you should update it. I don't care that you don't think it's, you know, it fits, but I still think it. I think that you make so much sense and nobody talks about it. I mean, you're on the cutting edge of that. That was so cool to do a video on that. All right, where am I heading for here? Oh yes, stock indices, S&Ps. Okay, let's head to the S&Ps. Right there. There's the daily. And it's up for the day, as you can see right there. Now you can see it right there. See that? Just up a little bit. Let's go over to Dukascopy and load her in. And that is the S&P 500 right there. Someone asked sales department for that video. Well, I talk about it all the time in my webinar. Because and you updated it once, and then you know, I think it has great validity. You know, I think you should update it. Get out! You deleted it. Yeah, I think you did tell me you deleted it. Yeah. Ah, that's a shame. Ah, that's heartbreaking. It really is. Well, just another new project to go on. So there we are. You can see both here and there strength in the S&P 500. When we take a look at it on an intraday basis, let's take a look at that. There we are. You can see, you know, from that 7:30 move. So I'm going to bring it over a little bit. Where's that? So at 7:30, they slammed. Oh man, this is what a look at this roller coaster ride on a short-term basis. There's 7:30 right there, which is when the news came out. This is Chicago time, 8:30 Eastern Standard, and then you can see it. You know, it slides for 3 minutes, down from 95 to 85, just 10 points. Then it turns around, and in 4 minutes, 5 minutes, it runs from 385 to 407. So it goes up 22 points, and then from 39 for another 10 minutes, it drops again like 20 points, and they're big numbers. That's like a 200-point move in the Dow, 20 points on the S&P. And then it does it again here, and you can see it's trying to dig in its heels now. But doesn't that look like a reverse head and shoulders at this point? Let's see. There's nothing left from. Yeah, the bank no longer wants to do that type of video. Yeah, well, of course. Who would want to tell the truth? Instead, we concentrate on quick notifications about events and articles. Yeah, I hear you. But that wasn't quick. That you were warning people. You were showing the risk of trying to trade fundamental information in post-quantitative easing, which doesn't act anything like what it did before quantitative easing in 2008. So that's a short-term indicator. Time to go. I hear you, Yados. All right. Well, you have a safe and smart weekend, and get some eye rest. If people want to request some time of content, it has to be asked via email. Okay. Cool. Alrighty. So traders, see that there? You can always ask for Janos, who's put the pressure on the company a little bit more about that video about how to trade fundamental information in a quantitative easing era. Do it. Flood them with it, because it's an important factor. I know that you won't see it on Bloomberg, you won't see it on CNBC. You barely see it in the Wall Street Journal, if nothing at all. But Janos had the foresight, and where was that? He even mentioned a date. Between 2016 and 2018, he was talking about it. That is, you're talking about 6 years ago. So Dukascopy had it ahead of the curve. Dukascopy was ahead of Bloomberg and CNBC and Wall Street Journal and Reuters back then, and Janos in particular. There we are. All right, so there's the S&P 500, Douglas. It's been a roller coaster ride. Let's take a look at NQs. This is the NASDAQ 100. What a roller coaster ride that is. It's been everywhere. I mean, it's a rock and roll. There's the news right there at 7:30. They slam it for 3 minutes, roar it up, big time, 100 points, which is like 152. It's like a 250 point move in the Dow. It's like a 250 point move in the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Then almost slam it back down and take it back up. They don't know if they're coming or they're going. Someone at the Fed is making sure that the markets are not falling apart. That'll really hurt Mr. Biden. He needs to come out and say something nice, All right, let's see, where are we at? And then let's take a look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average right there. And there's the news right there. And the Dow is trading at, where's the Dow trading at? Basically 34,700. And within 18 seconds, within 18 seconds, the Dow trades down 131 points. Within 18 seconds. And then at 30 seconds after it, it turns around and runs 100 points almost. And then drops another 100 and some odd points down. And then by, what's that there, 7:34 or at 8:34 Eastern Standard, it goes from the 34,551 in a matter of 5 minutes. It goes to 700, so it goes up 150 points there. There's 150 points, and then it rolls right back down again, and now it rolled back up again, and now they don't know what to do. They're kind of lost at this point. Talk about fundamentals not working. Janos's video not being literally precise. My God, what a precise topic it is. How to trade fundamental news in a quantitative era, in the quantitative era, and how it doesn't follow through anymore like it used to. And that's it right there. All right, traders, we're out of there. We're out of here. Singing Doc is ready to sing. Everybody have a safe and smart weekend. We will catch you all Monday, TGIM. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you, to all our Dukascopy trading friends. Ta-ta, arrivederci, buongiorno.